Hello, everyone. This is Daniel, and well, I'm just gonna tell you what I have, and then you can guess from here and there on. I mean, there's a lot of atheists, a lot of people who have given up on the faith. There's a lot of all of that. I mean, there's a whole bunch of agnostic people out there. I know there are. Some have the faith of a faith of God in them, but they've pretty much given up on the faith of finding the truth and love and finding their way to heaven, but they're funding themselves with a religion. There's many with suicide, depression spirits with and no sort of truth of God in them, and then there's those that are on drugs and all that. There's a whole bunch of people out there. Doesn't have to be anyone gay. Doesn't have to be anyone special or anything like that. But this is what I found. So let me first tell you that my church is okay. There's a few safe people in there, like usual. But the safe people usually, I mean, they usually shine well. Some are shining a little bit, but have a lot of darkness. That's for the most part for what most people have in some churches, in a good amount of churches. They shine a little bit, but they don't have a front of Jesus. That's a lot of churches. You know. So let me tell you that if you have spiritual discernment, I have like Jesus in me. That's good. I know the lady in there that's Jesus. That's one of them, and then there's a pastor that's Jesus. Another pastor is Jesus. Another lady has Jesus. Well, passing away. Anyway, that's the sad truth, really. Haven't found that many people with Jesus, even in the church. And when I go out in the world, not literally out in the world, not literally going out in the world, but going out and meet people in the world and all that. There are so many people that have gone astray, and obviously, the path is very narrow, guys. It's so narrow. Didn't God tell me that there's only 7 people saved in East Long Meadow? That includes my pastor, includes other people. The path is very narrow, guys. I don't know what to tell you, but let me tell you about the path. That's the path to heaven. Now, if you have a little bit of Jesus in you and you're shining a little bit, that's not really fully grasping that you have to have long conversations with Jesus. Know him, like love him better than your family, love him better than everyone, everything else. That's what you should do. Have conversations with him and love him better than anything else. Honestly, very few people in my church even recognize that they should like connect with Jesus a lot more than everyone else. I mean, I'm not gonna toot my own horn. I'm not gonna tell you that it's all about me. I'm not gonna tell you that I'm telling you this. I'm gonna tell you this to save you, but the only real blessing is that you know that Jesus is above above all else. His relationship is above all else. If you have more of a relationship with Jesus than anyone else, then you're golden. He's above all else. Having a good conversation with everyone, you got to have a whole conversation with Jesus, like a huge amount of conversation with Jesus to love him beyond all measure. Love him with your most. Because all I can see in this world without the church is darkness, and that darkness is perishing. Hell. That's what it is. It's hell. It's what makes people perish. The darkness in the world. There's so little light. But still, if you see a homeless person with drugs, but they change, that'll surprise you if they go to heaven, This is why I spread the message, just to tell you there's still hope. There's still hope in Jesus. Because you have a full conversation with Jesus, and if you're the closest to Jesus, and not by rules, but just by love yourself, love yourself like you love everyone else, and love Jesus above all. This one is to love everyone else like you love yourself. That's to be an example of all the other commandments. Love Jesus like you love everyone else. No, love Jesus above all. I meant to say. I'm sorry, I just mixed them up. Love Jesus above all is to be the main commander of all of the commandments. That's the main commandment. That's the highest commandment. That's the 12th commandment. The 11th one was love yourself like you love everyone else equally. Doesn't matter if it's your worst enemy or anything like that. You gotta treat everyone with kindness and love. Don't do horrible things with them. Don't do that. Don't do things that you don't like the people to do, because if you let's say meet an unpopular person, just say, I think you're a pretty cool person to Jesus and to all the angels. You're more popular than everyone else. That's what you are. Because all the angels love you. And Jesus loves you. You're on the right side. But if you're saying to a popular person the same thing that you would say to the devil, that would not be good. So basically say to the person that is really popular and popular and of the devil, just say, did you know that Jesus cares for people like you too? You gotta love others. Be an example to all the people in the world. If they're lost, don't tell them straight up. Just tell them, how about you find Jesus? You can find Jesus by having a long conversation with him. You can do this. I know you can. Just accept him into your heart. And if they refuse that, then you plant the seed. You don't grow it. God grows it. But honestly, my straight answer is, the surprising thing is, too few people, in my opinion. But obviously, not God's opinion. Because God is mysterious. Not the devil, but Jesus is very mysterious and very beautiful. Once you know that heaven, once you can see it, it's mostly like daisies and it's mostly this large lilies, those white large lilies, and lily of the field that grows on the wall and grows into a many flowery buds. It's just decoration, of course, but also those are just gardens. Wait till you see the throne room. Many stars, many beautiful galaxies, and many beautiful rainbows of color, and much of the beautiful parts of heaven. Wait till you see it from afar, heaven. Many colors, rainbows of colors. It's like looking at powdered sugar. Then when you come close to it, you'll say, oh, lo, me. Oh, lo, me. I'm nothing but an ant awaiting a trial like God. This is huge. Seeing heaven from a distance is not much, but seeing it very close up and realizing that Man, you are just looking at powdered sugar from a distance, but when you come close up and realize that this powdered sugar is really rainbow like heaven, you'll be small. You won't dare to be small. You'll be small, very small. Looking at God's throne room and saying, I bow down to you. I think honestly, all this wonderful majesty that God creates will make you bow down at such power and awesomeness of God. Because honestly, if you see people like me, you know that they're saved. She knows. I want more people to be like me. Most people don't have the right light of Jesus. So many don't. The path is very narrow. So narrow. So few make it to heaven. Yet to say so large makes you wonder. With all this generation of people, it makes me wonder if that really is the many generations of people. I mean, it won't be just the people that are alive today. It won't be the people that are born and lived. It'll be the babies that have died during childbirth. They'll have their special homes. Maybe even of honor, like us. Remember that. You think, oh, that's silly. How can he accept babies? He does accept everyone no matter what. And those that come to him, he accepts all of those. Because the baby was born in the world of sin, but still, those babies that weren't, they're not born in the world of sin, they were born in the world of light. Doesn't mean that you have to kill the baby because that's your sin. The baby is meant for this world to grow up and to teach people about God, not to die and go to heaven. God cries about these people, but he also cries for his children that are influenced by the world of sin. But he said that's silly. Why would God want a baby to be in the world of sin? No, he doesn't. Instead, he wants all people to be not partaking in sin, because people that make the child learn sin, it's better for them to get a whole weight on their neck, like a huge like millstone around their neck, and thrown into the sea. No, or to make a child as innocent as possible, no matter what. Because children are growing up to be the next generation of people, of warriors in heaven. Remember that. Because we are almighty warriors. And God is the almighty King. Because Jesus is Lord. All right, I'll be done now. Just want to let you know that right now in my life, out of hundreds of people, I only saw, let's say, 4 people. That's all. And that's, honestly, if I could see the whole church, the whole church system, there's like, that takes away billions of people. And then a whole generation more of people. Like it's like 1 in 3,000 in America, I believe, there's saved. Just saying. But I'm just gonna end it right now. Okay, bye.